For sure not. I feel like as soon as I get started, I feel like my son about to come out here. Hold on a second. Let's see. What's up, y'all? Hey. So, forgive me if I cough, y'all. I'm fine. But when I be talking a lot, it just triggers. Hold on a second. Let me go tell my son. Hold on. Saya. Hey, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Huh? Yeah, just a little bit though. this. Thank y'all for being so patient. All right, you guys. Can y'all hear me? I had to put my mic back on. Let's put this here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then after this live, he's like, is that a ghost? Oh, you mean the window? What, it had like shadows? After this live, I'm gonna go live on the membership side so we can do the members tarot wheel. Okay. So today is the day. We're gonna spin the decision wheel 3 times, and all your questions have been put on the decision wheel. So join that live if you guys are a member, so you can see if your question was selected. All right. Happy Friday. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel messages for our highest and greatest good. We're going to see what's coming. I don't know why it's been so cold lately. I think it's because I was just getting over like a cold or something. Happy Friday. All right, let's see. What's the current energy? For those of y'all that haven't seen the Taurus show, we're going to do current energy, what's coming in love, career, spirit messages. And I think we tap into like your person. I'm going to let y'all decide though if y'all want to do whatever comes out, or if y'all want to focus on like new love. So we'll see. I think my dog is laughing. He's asleep, but he's laughing in his sleep. You want to do both? Okay. What's the current energy? All right. So I'm picking up trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this money by tomorrow. That's what I heard. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna get this money by tomorrow. You got bills to be paid, responsibilities to be taken care of, and I am picking up a little bit of like writer's block, okay, or some blockages in regards to how you're gonna make that happen, okay. And if money is kind of coming in slow, I feel like all your bills are paid, like responsibilities are taken care of, but outside of like you using your funds for responsible things, I feel like you're trying to figure out a surplus. Like, how can I get more? You know what I'm saying? That would allow you to save, that would allow you to invest in other projects outside of just paying bills. So that's the current energy that I'm picking up on. So how I'm gonna get this money by tomorrow? And spirit, what I need to do, what do I need to cut out, what do I need to change, what do I need to do to get this money by tomorrow? Okay. And I feel like you're doing a really good job hiding your frustration. It's like a conversation between you and your higher self. You know what I'm saying? Between you and God. Like, you're handling it very, very well. They're acknowledging that. So let's see how spirit is going to assist you. How is spirit going to assist you get this money by tomorrow? Yeah, I picked up on that. Financial freedom. You said it really well. Okay, how are you going to assist Taurus approach this? You're going to notice that you're attracting a lot of Leo energy. So, you know, Leo energy, picking up like lazy love, but like Leo energy. Spirit is assisting you by sending you a little inspiration. Now, when spirit sends you inspiration, that means I view that as I'm from the streets, so I'm gonna talk very plug talkish. All right. So when spirit sends you inspiration, it's like having pounds and pounds of supply. And then you got to break it down. Okay? You got to weigh it, you got to bag it, and then you got to put it out. But it's coming in the form of inspiration. Okay? And like a high, they want you not to take things so seriously. So anytime you get creative blocks, you need a lot of Leo energy coming towards you. Because only Leos really know how to get Taurus energy out of their own way. You get what I'm saying? Yes, passion, fifth house. If you think about a lion, right? A lion gets rejected a lot. Ultimately, they end up getting what they want, but they're not afraid of rejection. Okay. Which is why you'll see them kind of you'll see lions when they ready to like pounce on you, or not really eat you, but more or less like flirt with you or be intimate with you, like another female lion. They'll kind of like, they do like this nudging type of behavior, and she may fight back, you know what I'm saying? She may bite, she may, she may roar, whatever, but he don't stop, and he just keeps going, and he ignores all of the pushback. And that is the type of energy that you need right now. So anytime you get creative blocks, anytime you start to feel like frustrated, you attract Leo energy to get you out your stubborn way. All right. So one energy cancels the other. And yeah, because for some of you, if you don't want that type of energy, you'll straighten up. You know, you'll be like, oh no, I don't want this type of energy. I'm about to get my shit together. And whatever blocks that is preventing you from just starting it and doing it and getting out of your own way, the fear of falling back into that cycle would keep you from, would get you to get your feet moving. All right. And for those of you where you want it, okay, but maybe you want it, but you don't want the headache that comes with it, you may indulge a little bit. You may flirt a little bit. You may let yourself have what you say you don't want. In that situation, whatever repercussions come from it, you would turn that pain into purpose and power. And now you have a beautiful song or a beautiful book or a painting or something that just helps you get out of your own way. And so it's a win-win situation. Whatever it is that you need to get you out your way, that's how Spirit is about to assist you. So you may notice that you're like, damn, why so many things Leo energies coming towards me? Like, take a page out of their book. You say no, they like, tomorrow. You tell a Leo energy no, sure, we'll try again tomorrow. I'll give you 30 minutes. No one tells me no. You know what I'm saying? Your ego match their ego, and it's a roller coaster. It's time to look alive, people. Taurus, you need some passion in your life. You need some loving. You need some mixed loving in your life, okay? It's time to shake this shit up. It's like you need some zest. You need some spice. You need some spice. You've been too rigid, okay? You loosen up. All right, so let's see what's coming. So I'm going to split the pile. Those of you that takes the advice and those of you that don't want to take the advice. It's nice to see how both paths kind of play out, right? I think so. Yeah, just a taste. Just a tip. You know, you ain't got to be greedy. Oh, my goodness. Just a little tickle. A little fill up and rub up. We ain't gonna tell nobody. Shh, can't tell nobody. All right. Let's get into what's coming in love. For those that want to take the assistance that Spirit is bringing your way, for those of you that want to, we're going to put y'all to the right. And those that don't want to take the assistance, we're going to put y'all to the left. My left. Okay. What's coming in love for those that do want to take the assistance? And those that don't? Shoot. Okay. What am I feeling right now? Okay, so let's start with those of you that do. Because I already know the people that don't want to do it. They already concocted in their head, you know, how this is going to play out. They reading 10 steps ahead. And it's like, go ahead, let me see what you about to say. So for those of you that do want to take it, you're going to go through a cycle. Like I described in the beginning. For many of you, one person is going to internalize it like, oh, we're finally together. And the other person, one of y'all is going to internalize it like that. And then the other person is going to internalize it like, oh, it was just temporary. Or, oh, it was just something to satisfy the moment. And that's going to trigger the other person. One of you will look at the situation in hindsight, and the other person will look at it like an enemy. And they would be very mad at you. and they would be suspicious, and they would feel like the reason why you won't let this connection progress beyond the moment is because you're probably involved with someone else. You're stubborn and you don't want to see how detached you are. You're afraid of love. So someone's going to try to psycho evaluate you. But I feel like it's two energies. One person is continuously persistence to be with you or to have you in that way because they genuinely believe that you guys are able to get past your hurdles and you guys are able to see eye to eye at some point. They're just waiting for you to decide that you want to be affectionate or intimate or whatever. The other person has already determined that it will never work and this was just a moment in time and it doesn't have to be emotional attachment connected to it. So this person's going to feel your detachment. Even if you try, even if you let yourself really enjoy the moment, this person is going to internalize it like, I don't want just a moment, I want forever. And then the other person is internalizing it like, I don't want forever, I just want the moment. Okay. So if that's a cycle that you guys always repeat, it's not going to change. Okay. Now, every time y'all go through this cycle, one of y'all will experience a level up and the other person will experience a pitfall. So it's just a matter of how you're using it. Remember, it's not coming in as a lesson. It's coming in as inspiration. And love is a source of inspiration. So we're talking about passionate love. We're talking about, juicy stories. We're talking about your next best record. We're talking about, a naughty novel, but we're not talking about forever. Okay. We're talking about it's giving me what it's meant to give, and that's about it. It's like candy. All right. Now, those of you that don't want to take the advice, like, oh, hell no, I'm good. For you guys, it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just two different ways of processing it. Alexa, volume 2. All right, so pretty much, I kind of see y'all having a problem with certain type of behavior being encouraged. So the Page of Swords energy in reverse can be very condescending. It can lean towards like hypocrisy. It's kind of this energy like that's what's wrong with the world. It can really make you question, I guess, like, why would God want that for you? Why would God tempt you in that way? That doesn't sound like something God would do. And so it's like, if I had a robe on right now, I would cover it and I would be like, clench my pearls. What are you talking about? That is so not okay. And I get it, but being in that energy don't get you nowhere. Okay. And I feel like that's what I'm picking up here. You still want more. You're asking for more, but you don't know how to get it. And when you're given it, when the energy comes towards you in raw form, you feel it's like hypocrisy, right? You feel on one end like a condescending perspective about those that don't resist, but then you desire romance and you desire love. But a part of romance and love, not pain, it's not pain, it's not struggle, but it is a roller coaster. It is a journey, it is an experience, and it is something that can be beautiful, but if you never ride the bike because you don't want to fall, you don't learn something. You don't experience something. There's something here that's missing. Because it just creates this pessimistic, suspicious, like that's the problem with the world. And it really disconnects from, it's like a disconnection from humanity, right? And it's really hard to put into words, but it's like not being able to see why the energy came towards you and what it was meant, not to teach you, but to help you experience and what you can gather from it. This is essentially like an energetic boat. You're in the middle of the ocean and you're all by yourself. You don't trust anyone. You're suspicious. You don't believe people. And then you're like, I'm waiting on God. And then God sends you energy and you don't know how to break it down by the pound. You don't know how to break it down into microdoses, sizes that help you still experience it without pushing it away entirely. And so even if love comes to you in the form that you don't want it, you're not able to see that that's still God showing you love, right? That's still the divine bringing some type of love towards you. And because it's not packaged or it doesn't look or it isn't what you want or prefer, you're unable to even extend a little bit of love, right? I'm not saying you have to sleep with a person or be with them, but your emotion, your heart chakra doesn't open up. Your heart chakra recluses. Your heart chakra says, I don't trust this, I'm suspicious, and therefore you're an enemy. And not everything in life has to be, a karmic tale. It's really, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir. I don't fucking know. Is this making sense to anybody? I'm saying, because yeah, there may be people out there that are in relationships or together, and maybe they don't trust each other fully. And maybe they occasionally argue. And maybe some days they like each other and some days they don't. But they're still able to embrace each other. They're still able to find some type of silver lining that doesn't disconnect them from this beautiful thing called life and this beautiful thing called relationships. And sometimes when we've been through a lot of pain or you've gone through a lot of different disappointing experiences, you can want to turn it off completely. And Spirit is saying, instead of turning it off completely, maybe just dial it down just a little bit, But that's up to you, Because the page of swords would be like, I'm waiting for you to fuck up. I'm waiting for you to prove that you're no good. And when you hyper attune to what you're waiting for, you manifest it over your own relationship and you don't even realize you're doing it. So be gentle with the Leos, okay? And I don't mean just the zodiac sign. I mean the people that are willing to come towards you and say, are you okay? And you be like, no, leave me alone. I don't want you doing that. Something was put on that person's heart just to ask you, are you okay? Or to push you, or to keep trying even though you keep saying, leave me alone, leave me alone. It takes a lot of strength to be able to be rejected so many times by you, Taurus. It does. It's not easy. You got to have a lot of courage. And you may feel like someone's insecure in certain situations. Maybe they are insecure. But when it comes to you and how hard you bite and how hard your words can be and how harsh you can be to a person, it takes a lot of fucking courage to approach you. It takes a lot of courage to ignore you saying no and hug you anyway, or to tell you I love you anyway, when everything about your exterior says leave me the fuck alone. Everything about how you respond to situations says I'm going to tear you alive. And though you may not be like that 24/7, it takes a lot of courage to try anyway. You know what I'm saying? So give credit where credit is due. Even if someone is insecure in other areas of life, they're very secure when it comes to you. They're very secure. You know, they can take a hit from you, Taurus. All right. And you know, on some level, Taurus, you like that shit. You like when someone can take a hit by you and they're not so sensitive because you can be brass. And you may be trying to change that about you, but I can guarantee you come across a soft person and they can't take a hit and they take it so personal, you're going to be like, you're going to be turned off anyway. Because you like a person that can take a hit and they like, oh, I love it. You know you like that shit. Okay. I'm not saying you are abusive, but I feel like these cards are saying you like someone that isn't afraid to express passion, to go after what they love vigorously, and not to accept no as the final answer. Because sometimes y'all be saying no, but y'all mean yes. And I dare you to challenge me on that. Y'all be meaning yes when you say no sometimes. You just fickle. But like sometimes you get in your mood. I can tell you this right now. The nice guy or the nice girl or the person that you think is the most perfect person in the world, when you get in that mode, try, okay, since you're in your mode, I'm in my mode too. That's what it's pretty much saying. Well, they'll let the whole relationship run dry or the whole connection run dry and give you absolutely no love to punish you or to chastise you about you telling them no or you being in your mode. That's not fun. It's not fun. So there are two sides of the extreme. I do feel like it's like Spirit is saying it's okay to let a person know that you desire them too. I feel like some of y'all need to hear that. Like, it's okay. Take accountability for yourself too. It's okay to let this person, like, you may be saying to yourself, like, oh, this person wants all this attention. Why do they need to have attention? No, I feel like this person wants to know you are attracted to them the way that they're attracted to you, or that you desire them the way they desire you. And that's them showing you. Maybe they're a little insecure in other areas because you don't share. You don't take turns. And though they may not be asking you to do that, that may be their love language too, right? I don't know. This ain't couples therapy, but it sure as hell felt like it. Okay. So let's see what's coming in your let's see what's coming in your money. Wait, Spirit, how are you gonna assist this? That's what I'm supposed to be doing. How are you gonna assist this connection? The lovers that are coming. Oh, okay. You know what the problem is? For those of y'all that want to try, y'all don't have a lot that you relate to. Like, y'all don't have a lot in common. Y'all very opposite. I mean, extreme opposite. Let's say, let's say you listen to punk rock, they listen to opera. You see how extreme that is? Or let's say you, I know what the y'all problem is. Y'all don't have nothing that y'all have in common. And because y'all don't have nothing in common outside of the passion or the love, there's so many areas of your life where you feel like y'all are not equally yoked. hmm And so it's like outside of the passion, outside of the love or outside of the intimacy, where do y'all, what other areas of life y'all have in common? I don't think y'all developed that. That may be something that has to be developed. Y'all not gonna like each other trying to like be in their world, you're not gonna like it. And them trying to be in your world, they're not gonna like it. And I think one or both of y'all gets frustrated, and it's like, see, that's why it doesn't work. That's why I shouldn't do it. That's why I should just leave this person alone. And I think there's some wisdom that comes from it. I think this person is meant to teach you how to be with someone that's opposite of you, how to be with someone that doesn't like the same things you like. But I think it's meant to teach both of you guys, like how to cheer each other on or how to be each other's biggest supporter, even if you don't do it too. You know, maybe this person likes to go to church. Maybe you like to be spiritual. I feel like both of y'all are meant. One person you meant to go, hey, I know my person likes crystals. I'm gonna go buy them crystals. I don't really fuck with crystals like that. I'm gonna go get them some crystals. And the other person like, I don't really go to church like that, but I'm gonna be there on Sunday, like, yay, congratulations. You know, like you're just gonna support that person. Because I can guarantee you can surround yourself with people that think like you, believe like you, and they don't challenge you. And you can get very bored very fast. So don't look down on those of you that are at that phase of relationships where opposites attract and seeing something wrong with it, because there are a lot of people that have a lot in common and they fantasizing about somebody else. They want to go fight with somebody else because the person that they're with every day, they're bored out of their fucking mind. And that's because there's no challenge, you know. And opposites can also show up as differences of like culture, interests as well, hobbies. And sometimes you don't even know that you would never like a certain lifestyle unless you break up and you go live those lifestyles. And then you like, I tried that, I've been there, done that, I don't like it. I just want to make mud pies and I just want to prank each other and I just want to have a certain type of lifestyle with this person. That's who I want it with. But I thought the grass is greener over here or over there. And Spirit is saying there's nothing wrong with testing it out. A lot of you guys are having a problem with feeling as if it was meant to be, we would have never separated to begin with. You know? We would have never separated to begin with. But some of you guys grew up believing in Christianity and you used to see God in Christianity. And then when you got older, you departed from that. And you went and tried out spirituality and divination, and you felt you heard God there too. And God didn't hold it against you that you changed the way you decided to interact with God. God just accepted you wherever you went. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I can have that same type of grace with you, but you can't have it for someone that looks like you, that you can physically touch, that you can physically see every day. And you call that love. You love me, you can't see me, right? I'm not physically tangibly here. So the person closest to you that sees you every day would be considered your neighbor. And if God says love your neighbor like you do Christ, then that would pretty much compel you to consider how you can love someone beyond those limitations. And that's why we have wisdom here. There's a lesson that you both are teaching each other. And until you both, learn that lesson, this type of love would feel forbidden. Like it just doesn't work. It's not meant to be. These nuances that bother you or bother this person, it's a part of your story. You know, how you transform this. For some of y'all, it's embarrassment, you know. This person embarrassed me. Some of y'all, it's like, I can never deal with this. This is not like, you both are extremes of two ends. Extreme detachment, extreme clingy. And when detached and clingy come together, we make cat dog. And you ever seen a cat and a dog try to be friends? Sometimes the cat hits the dog, and sometimes the dog be like, I'm not dealing with your shit today. But they love each other. Two opposite ends of the extreme. You need to watch the cartoon Cat Dog. Okay. How are you going to assist the ones that do not want to participate in life lessons? Intimacy. Ooh, you finna attract you with some scorpionic energy. Okay. Shit. What you refuse to see about yourself, you attract Scorpios. So Scorpio energy is what we call contractual love. All right. Did you read the fine print? We're talking about the type of love like you, where you become property and possession. And y'all know Scorpios is like the dark side of the fucking, is the underworld. And so imagine being with like that type of energy where you don't have a choice, where you don't feel like it today. Okay. You don't feel like it. It's not even like they're going to physically take it. Scorpionic energy makes you feel supernatural pressure, where you're going to feel like you're compelled to do stuff. Because Scorpionic energy says you're going to dance on this pole. Like I said, you're going to dance on this pole. And it's going to become so spiritually uncomfortable for you where even if you don't want to dance, you're going to dance today. And you're going to be like, why do I feel like somebody else is controlling me? It's that fucking Scorpio energy. Because what you avoid in the 3D, Scorpio ain't going to let you get away from it. That's why Scorpio energy is transformation. They're going to crack you open. Scorpionic energy is your transformation. I don't care if it's male or female. They going to come into your life. Whew. There's only one way to get out of a scorpionic stronghold. You got to die. And either it's going to be a physical one or a spiritual one. There's no other way. Damn. You'll find yourself doing and behaving and acting accordingly. Checkmate. I don't even know how you would run into that energy. Yeah, this is saying 8th house energy. You will become someone else's property, and someone else will control you, and someone else will govern you. And you won't even know it's happening. And by the time you realize it's happening, you're like 85, 58 or older. And you're like, damn, this whole time, I thought because this person was investing in me that I had free will in this situation. And it's like, no, you didn't have free will. You just met your match. You know? And it's going to show up in so many ways. Some of you guys, you can say, I'm going to avoid relationships altogether. But you'll find yourself in your work life. Maybe your boss ends up being your superior and you really want this position. Now it's like the devil wears Prada. You know, it could be male or female. It could show up professionally, platonic, but you don't realize it's happening because with scorpionic energy, there's an alluring effect where there's something that you want to acquire. And the more you want to acquire it, the more you keep reaching, but scorpionic energy is never going to give you the gratification of actually attaining it, and that cracks you open in a different way. Scorpionic energy is very good at knowing what you desire, but never letting you have it, because they know the moment that they let you have it, they lose power over you. And that's why Scorpios, they do that shit that they do. Whereas like you could be saying, come on, we like each other, let's just do it. Or forget what other people say, let's just be together. And Scorpio, just off the principle that they would lose mind control or spiritual power over you, they will not allow themselves to indulge. But they'll watch you, they'll stalk you, they'll obsess over you. So it's all about energy. That's what Spirit is saying. So let's see what's coming to your money. So it's like, pick your poison. Which way do you want to go out? You can go out this way or you can go out that way. Whew. Okay, what's coming in? Money, finances, career. All right, so for many of you, downsizing. Okay, I feel like downsizing, something about being let go. I'm also picking up like exhausting savings or like selling things that you don't use anymore and getting like equity back. This is also could be 4 of Pentacles, can also be like selling homes, property, estate, so you can get back immediate gratuity for it. Especially if you're preparing for like exerting a lot of your savings on holidays that are coming up. So this is preparing to spend all the fucking money you done saved and trying to make sure that you allocate for the differences, taking out loans, allocate for the differences or whatever, so you don't lose your stability at the same time, you know. Hold on a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I didn't know stuff. All right. So that's what's coming for y'all in finances and money. This is also my card, like I said, of like if you're in a position of management, you may have to like let go of people, or like it's giving me like a lot of layoffs. So either you're the person laying people off, downsizing, or you're being laid off or downsizing. Something about work is about to be very scarce in the economy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that very much, but I am picking up like work being very scarce. Is there like something going on civilly or something? I'm very ignorant to it, so. And okay, so those of you that are on the other path, it looks like they working you hard, 9 to 5. I'm seeing like burnout, overtime, burnout. Yeah. Like there's like extreme burnout coming for you. See, like some of y'all have like a horrible boss, or management is horrible. And if you guys are on like social media platforms, it seems like platforms are about to start cracking down on like how you dress on social media. Like creative spaces are about to start feeling like they're implementing dress code. Okay, there's about to be a lot of different laws and changes in paid partnerships that requires people to dress a certain type of way, like an actual job. So creative spaces are turning into like a real legit job, where if you're a streamer or you produce content, you're going to have to abide by certain rigid standards. And you're going to feel like those creative spaces are about to feel like you're at the mercy of a handler or someone that has control over your artistic expression, okay? Because 8th house is other people's money. It's like if you want to be in connection and use this platform for other people's money, or to, to put yourself in a position where you can reach clients or whatever, there's about to be like shit. For those of y'all that have like a direct boss, I don't know why I'm getting this. Somebody may want you to like compromise your integrity, especially like if this is in positions of like politicians, CEOs, or private business owners. What you willing to do? I don't know. Some of y'all somebody may want to like an NDA or some type of personal or private routine, like a routine schedule. Okay, Christian Grey type of energy. Why card said allowing? Because you don't want to go through no challenge. You don't want to go through no challenge where you're gonna find out that you're gonna be. Yeah, this path ain't gonna be easy either. Okay. All right. So let's see what assistance y'all gonna get financially. Can't win for losing, can you? It ain't gonna be easy for nobody. When it comes to finances and career, I'm gonna be honest with you. These are some serious times. The world is changing. And there's a lot that isn't being shared. So I'm gonna ask you a question. If okay, if you had to go underground for any reason, who would be your top 5 people that you could see yourself potentially be underground with? You know? Who could you see? If you had to think about it, and you had to go underground. I mean, like in a bunker underground. Like, who would you want? Who would be your top 5 people? You need at least 5. Anything outside of that, we're talking about water supply, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, and that's a lot of mouths to feed. 11 months. Like a year. Said clone yourself. um Because what I'm seeing here is I feel like you're going to be good. Either path you take, one would just be probably by yourself, and you'll battle no friends, no community, no nothing. It's kind of like I Am Legend. Okay. Not the classification. Not the classification of how bad can it be. Okay. Okay. But this pretty much is saying that you'll have a governor, and it'll be someone governing you, but you'll just be governed, you know, in solitude, I guess, and on your own. And then in the other energy, you'll have to kind of stay in that reality. Like the support that's coming for you, and like you're gonna have to give up the mystic world to really, like, if you want to keep your job and you want to not lose it, you're gonna have to kind of put in more hours to perform better. Because it seems like the more you lean to the spiritual, it cancels out the job that you have physically. Some of y'all that are trying to balance both, I don't know if you're trying to do like a spiritually based business or something like that. It seems like until your spiritual based business can take care of your finances, you may have to like get your performance up. Just depends on if you're trying to go for the material thing. You can live within your means, but you got to be realistic about it. You can't daydream all day and not get shit done. There's this energy of like, now is the time to decide if you want to be a consumer or a producer. If you want to be a consumer, you indulge on content. If you want to be a producer, you don't indulge in content. You can't create from your own intuition, from your own channel, from your own expression if you are consuming a lot of digital content. You have to sacrifice all of that. You have to let it all go. Okay? And you also sacrifice advice from other people, because the only way to get good at something is to fail. All right? Is to pretty much just get out there, get your feet wet. Otherwise, you would be kind of stuck in la la land. I'm imagining it's happening, but real passion is going to come from you making love to your creation, making love to whatever you're co-creating. All right. Especially if you guys are entrepreneurs or you want to get into being an entrepreneur and you want financial freedom from being on a 9 to 5 clock, You got to show up regularly for the universe to pretty much consummate with you on a regular to be able to produce things into matter, things that matter, that solves problems, things that provides or supplies to a demand. All right. And so there's a shift happening here, and you're going to have to give away this desire to need to know everything. When it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Am I going to be successful? Is it going to work? And you're going to have to just get playful, childlike, use your imagination. But that imagination turns off when your imagination is being constantly stimulated. And that's what happens when you're a consumer. You're stimulated on a regular because you can't stimulate yourself. And so for those of y'all that know how to stimulate yourself, there's no need to be a consumer. Now here's where it gets a little they don't want the whole world being producers, so they don't want the whole world knowing that. Because if the entire world were producers, we wouldn't have no consumers, and there would be no need. All right, so that's where I feel like this abuse of power is coming from. And this path ain't meant for everybody. Some paths it's not meant for everybody. But I do feel like you have the capacity when you come across people, and this is where discernment is going to come from. Because those of y'all that are out here taking risk and stuff like that, discernment is going to come from when you see someone, whether it's a client, a customer, or business-wise, because we have boss energy out here. When you have a client, customer, or you're working, discernment comes from when you see that someone is not too rigid and they're not open to those types of ideologies or whatever, you're going to have to use your discernment and understand that those types of people may not be ready, and they're stubborn for a reason, and don't try to save nobody or fix nobody. And so when you see spirit no longer giving you answers or clues to the riddle, or they are telling you less, it's because they're pretty much giving you a compliment. They're saying that, hey, I think that you're quite capable on your own. This is as far as you need me. At this point, get your head in the game. And that's why it's coming up in your money reading. Because it's not as complex as you want it to be. You feel me? I'm going to tell you the truth. Opportunities. There is money to be made. It's out here for everybody. Have fun making mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more quality you produce. Take it. That's what the Spirit said. Spirit, what's your message? Let's wrap this up. All right, so for those of you that are on the left, you know what I'm saying? Give generously. For those of y'all that are on the left that you're not going to that edge, you're not trying to co-create with the universe in that capacity, you're not chosen for that if you don't feel like that's something that you would be chosen for, then you definitely would be considered a Page of Swords energy, which is spectator energy. And so for you guys, give very generously, right? Express your love through generosity, donations, share, like, subscribe, super chats, gifts. Give generously to those that are going to the edge. Okay? Because if those people weren't out here learning life lessons and getting dragged on a regular, you wouldn't have a life to spectate on. You wouldn't have a journey to compare to. And you wouldn't be able to say, I know I don't want to do that. Or I know I do want to do this. Their failures serve you in more ways than one, because you don't have to actually go and fall down yourself. So thank them for their entertainment. Thank them for their sacrifice. And love them in more ways than one. And it will be returned back to you. It will be returned back to you tenfold. Yeah. And that's how you support someone and love someone that thinks differently than you, that operates differently than you, but you don't judge them, okay? Because you learn something through them, through their eyes, through their lifestyle. And they said yes and you said no, but that doesn't mean that your choice to say no is wrong. That means that you are a consumer. And as you consume, express gratitude. And the scales will be balanced. Because this pal over here, those of y'all that's saying yes, y'all are producers. And those of y'all that are saying no, y'all are consumers. Okay? That's what they said. That's what Spirit said. I don't care if it comes from a place of pity. Like, I just feel so sorry that you just keep learning the hard way. So I'm going to give you an extra coin today. Give the coin. Breaks my heart to see you suffer. And for those of you that are saying yes to these experiences and challenges, they know it's not easy. They want you to give yourself permission to take a break, okay? When you see that Spirit slows down your momentum when it comes to your success, or your momentum when it comes to your production, that's the universe telling you, that Spirit telling you, I want you to take a break, and I want you to focus on you, and I want you to take care of you, and I want you to remember that you can't help nobody if you don't put the oxygen mask on yourself. And since you go, 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 and you don't know how to stop, I'm going to slow down your traction. I'm going to slow down your momentum. It's not a punishment. Nobody's hexing you. But I'm doing that so you can protect yourself. I'm doing that because I'm saying, okay, you're not quite ready for this level. These sharks over here, let's keep you in this tank. Practice a little bit, practice a little bit, practice a little bit. Get your spiritual strength up. Okay, I know you want to help everybody, and I know you want to love everybody. You're just a lover. You're a lover girl. You're a lover guy. And you want everybody to be loved and feel seen and feel heard. That's great. But if you're not careful, you'll run across one of these people here that have no desire to take any of the advice that you've given them. And they will spectate on you and your gift and how you operate that you are. And they will literally enjoy the fact that you keep wanting them to change and they'll never change. Some people actually love it. They actually love seeing you deplete yourself, trying to help them. There's a lane for that. It's called spiritual narcissism. Okay. And then it turns into expectation. Now you work for them. And they feel like they can own you. And so in that realm, Spirit is saying the only way you're going to learn is when you start learning what they're meant to teach you is the same thing your narcissistic relationships are trying to teach you. Your narcissistic family was trying to teach you. No is a full sentence. And I feel like that's kind of how we started the reading. When you say no, it actually means yes. You know what I'm saying? And when you have to say no, you don't like saying no. And so it's like Spirit is saying, stop making it other people's responsibility to say no for you. I feel like there was once upon a time in your life where you wanted people to stop asking you things so you wouldn't have to tell them no, because you feel like they should know that you're already depleting yourself or that you're already drained. And when they don't consider how you could be feeling, you would internalize it as if they're a user or they don't care. Or that you're being mistreated. But they were only taking because you were constantly giving. And it's a little confusing. It's like they're saying, you see how that doesn't make any sense? Probably because you would know that they wouldn't do it, so you wouldn't ask, but you would expect another person to consider how you did it already 5-6 times, and maybe they shouldn't ask you the 6th time because you already did it 5 times. Maybe not wait 6 times to put up that boundary. When you say no the first time, mean it. I don't fucking know. There's something like that going on. But it seems like you retract that because you don't like you just like to love. You don't like to tell people no. I don't know where it came from. You could do that even at work where you hate to deliver bad news. So Spirit may have you constantly have returning energy, so you get used to saying giving bad news. I don't fucking know. It's like Spirit saying handle people accordingly. If you come across a user, don't try to change them into not being a user. Make them pay for it. You want to use me? Here's my price. Can you afford me? Is my question. And yes, your time, your conversation, hell, breathe in the same air you breathe. Breathe in the same air you breathe. Handle transactional people like transactional people. Don't expect transactional people to have compassion. Some people actually need you to tell them what you expect of them. Don't expect everyone to love the way you love. If everyone loved the way you love, then we would all be producers. Some people are meant to be consumers. And so love them like a consumer and stop trying to make them a producer. I don't know. That's what I heard. Like, oh, okay, you're a consumer. Your job is to consume. But let's make sure you indulge responsibly. Over here, this is how you're going to eat at this table. Etiquette. And I do feel like the person that loves you is going to be, they may have a little slight jealous streak when people come around you. They may be innately, like, they can tell when people want to use you. Hell, because they already using you. You know what I'm saying? They need you to have all the time for them. Their lovers be needing attention. And so when they see another person coming around you that want to use you, they be like, no, bad person. So you can have all the energy for me. That's a bad person. And so for those of y'all that don't really like to say no, maybe your partner's job is to be barking everybody off, running everybody off. And so when they come around, it's like, who let the dogs out? So when people come around, they want to come and use you up, but they like, oh, I can't stand that partner you got. The reason why they can't stand your partner is because your partner says, I need all the attention for me. So everybody else that's trying to get a piece of you, I'm stingy. And then meanwhile, you over there like, see, that's what's wrong with you. You're supposed to just accept that everybody needs me. And then when this person's like, that's what you want? Fine. Go learn the hard way. And then everybody depletes you. And then you feel like, oh, well, you were depleting me too. The reason why you felt depleted with your partner is because you was trying to prioritize everybody in the world. So you didn't really have a lot of time and energy to give, let alone to yourself. So is it really your partner's fault or is it your fault that your partner just helped you become aware that you struggle with prioritizing yourself? I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. I feel like I'm going in and out of talking. Hell, we gonna shit. All right. For those of y'all that want reconciliation, possibility, right? Let's see what's coming in love for those of y'all that want a reconciliation. There's a consistent theme here. Reconciliation. Okay, can I see new love? I'm gonna pull the cards first. So for those of y'all that want reconciliation with a past lover or a current lover, I heard past or current. Y'all really, 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 really don't have nothing in common. I mean, you may like dark toast, this person like light toast. They like cold air, you like hot air. They don't care about clothes being on the floor, you care about clothes being on the floor. They'll drink your dirty bath water and you would never touch their dirty bath water. Do you see how incompatible? Oh my God. It's like two extremes of opposites here, bro. This is culture shock right now. How extremely opposite this is culture shock. It's like, who in the fuck? Who even thinks like this? Who even behaves like this? Where were you raised? This is like one person eat uncooked raw meat and the other person cooks their meat. This person eat raw steak. Damn near bloody. Or shit, they probably eat it straight out of the pack. Like a dang mountain lion. And you gotta have yours well done. Sheesh. But when I tell you this person energy here, they love you down. I don't care how much they can listen to that shit all day long. They do not get tired of your shit. Yeah. But one of y'all, you get so tired of it that you can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do this. I just see you here. I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh my God. No. And then the other person is oh shit, here we go again. And they just listen to that shit and they're gonna be doing the same shit tomorrow and the next day and the day after that and the day after that. And it's like they forget all the shit you complained about yesterday. Not because they just don't like you or they can't stand you. It's like every day they forgive you every day. You can say, I don't ever want to talk to you again, leave me alone. Tomorrow, what we eating for dinner? Oh my God. They just forget. You hungry? Like they forget that y'all were literally about to off each other yesterday. Just yesterday. But the other person, one person wipes the slate clean every day. They may say fucked up shit today, but tomorrow, I didn't mean that. That was not even serious. I wasn't even talking like that for real. I wasn't even, no, what you talking about? That was like yesterday. Today's a new day. Why are you bringing up old shit? You're bringing up old stuff that happened 2 days ago. They harbor no feelings, like they harbor no no ill will. They may say, I'm telling you, on Monday, they may argue with you and fuss with you, and I can't stand you. Come Tuesday, we didn't argue on Monday. We were just arguing on Monday. It's like, no, we weren't. We were talking. We were having a conversation. You always throwing shit out of context. And then the other person on the extreme is literally having mental meltdowns about how I can't believe that person said that to me on Monday. Nobody in their right mind should say something to me like that on Monday and then try to kiss me on Tuesday. And then ask me what we eating on Wednesday. I'm still mad about Monday. It's like, oh, girl, I love you. I could never stay mad at you. But the other person, I can't stand your ass. It's Wednesday. I want your ass gone. I want your ass gone by Thursday. This person is like, okay, you want me to take a walk? You need a break. They ain't going nowhere. Feet propped up on the fucking sofa. Probably sitting across from your ass right now, like, I don't know why you be tripping. Yeah. And then meanwhile, you can't stand this shit. But everybody that encounter you and this person, they be like, oh, they so in love. People be wishing they had what you had, and you feel like it. One of y'all feel like it's dysfunctional as fuck. And to the rest of the world, it's like, I wish I had someone that wanted me to hit them with pillows, and you have absolutely no idea. And so there's like two opposites of lifestyles going on here. With this connection, you feel like you work every day of your life and there's no days off. And you wondering if that's going to be how you leave this earth. Working every day, saying the same shit every day. The damn, it's like the dirty clothes hamster is right there. It's literally only 2 feet away. All you got to do is take that. Like, you have even thought of ways to make it easier for simple shit. People still burning pot, like they still, common sense would tell you don't put shit on the stove because that's a fire hazard. Check the oven before you turn that shit on. There's like, one of y'all is like, this common sense is just not common anymore. And you feel like they gonna put you in a grave. This person, they like, this person gonna kill me. I can't do this no more. And just as paranoid and afraid as you could be, this person is like, I love you. Hell, I love you. Yay. Okay, and then over here, it's nothing but missed opportunity over here. The the path where it's supposed to be the least resistant, right? The path where it's less drama. You attract, the past person continues to like not take initiative. They continue not to do something. There's so much potential what y'all could be, but this person will never allow themselves to give into their desire, even if this is just like taking initiative or telling you how they feel. And so it feels like wasted potential. And every year that goes by, waiting on that past person, they're not going to do anything. And the reason why they're not going to do anything is because they're constantly looking at it like, no, I cannot let you think that I don't have emotional control. You think you got me whipped. Someone's here they refuse, there's a past person that refused to talk to you or refused to initiate because they feel like you think that you got them whipped, or that the power, it's not even is it a power struggle? Like, who's gonna call who first? Imagine like blowing up someone's phone just because it's like, you know what, fine, I'm gonna give in. I'm gonna blow your phone up, I'm gonna chase you. And then this person dismisses you because you chase them. It reminds me of like how the Joker and Harley Quinn kind of had this energy of she had to like chase him a lot. He made her go crazy. Okay. So let's see, new person. The new person. Oh my goodness. All right, new person. So for those of you that, like I said, that's on the left, y'all sticking to y'all guns is you're going to meet a new person that helps you get over that person. But that person that refusing to take initiative, refusing to call you, but they have all these feelings and they keep you in this 8th house energy of fantasy, but never manifesting into reality. That person is the person that kind of like shows you a lot about yourself. Because in so many ways, you do that too. You stay in the fantasy realm to avoid interacting with humans or people that are not on your level or people that don't have common sense or you have to talk to or that you feel are incompatible. It's like no one's ever good enough. And so there needs to be some types of checks and balances. So you have a past person or you have someone that you desire or you keep attracting people that don't take initiative because there's meant to be someone that will never give you what you want. And that's where the checks and balances is coming from. So I wouldn't call it a humbling, but it's like checkmate, right? And all the things that you liked about this person, it's like, wait a minute. If that's how I am, then I want to change. But I don't think that person is meant to change, at least not by you in some type of capacity. Because they're your checkmate, they're your lesson. So the new person helps you get over the past person. It helps you feel like you're free of the mental fog, the mental prison that you were in, constantly trying to it was like mentally I wouldn't even say mentally, like spiritually reassuring someone like, come on, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to hurt you. Just tell me how you feel. And this person really, they don't feel nothing. And that's why they want to be chased. And that's why they want to be pursued, is because they don't really feel nothing. What they do feel is wanted. But then after they feel wanted and they get what they want out of you, they're like, okay, I'm done with that. Discard it. And it's like, the fuck? Do you know who I am? Type of energy. And you like, shit. If that's what I was mirroring, if that's the vibe that I was giving off, I don't like that shit. And so with the new person, they're kind of like a mixture of like the mysterious of the past person with um more of a loving energy. So it's like a balance. You know, that lover energy where they desire you, but they have like a good schedule, or they don't need you constantly micromanaging them. I feel like you will attract someone that's balanced in that way. And it's like, okay, I can work with that. At least this person knows how to put together a plan. Now, those of you that went the producer path, you know, the roller coaster path, when you meet a new person, they are going to want to like marry you immediately. Okay? It's like, oh my God, you're exactly what I've been looking for. I want to marry you today, tomorrow. And you're going to have a hard time with your ex being okay with you moving on. They gonna come in like there's an ex in your life that is not gonna let you go very easily. You could be as single as you want to be. This ex is not letting you go at all. But this new person, it feel like something in a fairy tale. You got the Hierophant, the Star, and the Fool. And then you got this X in the back of my mind that's like over my dead body. You think you finna move? Ooh. It's like you don't do that. Don't play with it. This person is like, you better tell them no. Somebody want to marry you. There's a new person. I'm telling you, this is wedding bells. They coming in. This is what's coming in towards you. Oh, oh, y'all story finna be juicy. This finna be juicy, juicy. Okay, let's talk about y'all in this producer energy. You're gonna be talking to someone. I see you talking to someone. And the communication is gonna be so electrifying that you are not gonna be able to forget this person, and they're not gonna be able to forget you. Um, I do pick up a little bit of the opposite attracting energy, but it complements each other. It's not like strife with the other lover energy. It's more like bad cop, good cop, you know? Y'all kind of fit like a glove. Um, you know, like Batman and Robin, like sidekick, but y'all alternate roles. Y'all just compliment each, like take it to compliment the deal. It's giving yin yang. Very attractive. Y'all are very attractive. This person, there's something about you and this person where both of y'all are equally attractive. Y'all are both street smart, y'all both intellectual, y'all both are, y'all look good. So I'm picking up a lot of Queen and King of Wands energy. It's giving power couple. power couple energy that does not have to argue about simple shit. Hurricane, you funny. That's all spirit is really telling you. There may, I don't know, like, it's giving this energy. Like, where both of y'all transform. Is it patience? Could have did as well. Because all we lacked was presence. Here's to being honest. Neither of us knew what we wanted. But when I walked away, so you walked away from this person, they walked away from you. I left footsteps in the, you could follow me. A glass of holy water slips right through your fingers. I don't know, you guys. There could have been like a false. There may, if it hasn't happened already, there may be a false start between you and this person, where it's like they see you and they just know that you're the one, and they're ready to like pursue you, or vice versa. You feel this way about this person, and then y'all catch cold feet, and it feels like it may be due to like either exes or a sidebar distraction. Y'all take a different path or something like that, and y'all both go through this season in your life where you're like, yeah, my past ain't what I want. And then this person goes through this situation, and then, which means one of y'all would have to wait for the other person's situation to become a past thing. And then they would be like, yeah, this is not what I want. And then some way, somehow, y'all have a new beginning. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all will go through situations where external factors try to sabotage our relationship or get y'all to sabotage it willingly. And I keep telling y'all, y'all are extremely attractive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But then the opportunity presents itself again. And this time you guys are ready to really like put the past behind you officially. So that's what I got for you guys. This is a very interesting little flow we had going on here. Okay. So I know it's late, but I'm gonna transition really quickly. I think I can transition into the members live. So if you guys are members, I'm gonna go spin the decision wheel on membership side so you guys can see if you won, if your question got chosen to ask. Let's try. No, can't do that. I was trying to play around with it. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just going to end it and go. I'm going to go on the membership side. Okay. So if you're a member, join me over there. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay. Love you. Bye.